Hi, my name is Brianna Mack, and I went around asking college students on campus how they felt about mental health and the effects that it had on their education. How much are you aware of mental health on campus, and do you think that it is an important issue?
I think it's an important issue, but I'm not too aware of it on campus. I feel like the campus could do a better job saying what's available and what's really not, because a lot of people don't know and they just sit there and struggle in silence kind of.
I'm pretty aware. In our department, we had a few issues that have come up in the last year that really made me kind of think about it. And personally, I've had dealt with things when I was undergrad and currently now that I'm definitely aware of mental health throughout the campus and specifically in our chemistry department.
I am aware of mental health. I think it's something that a lot of people deal with, or almost everyone to a certain degree. I think it is very important. It is not talked about enough, and even when it is talked about, it's not in a way that it should be all the time. It's that people don't really know what to advocate for, or to tell you to get a counselor. They don't really give you self-help tips, because that is the goal, is to live by not by yourself, but to deal with yourself and learn how to become comfortable with your mindset. So I feel like instead of just always navigating someone to go to some outside source for help, give them tips to learn how to live and grow and better themselves.
How aware are you of your own mental health?
I'm very aware of my own mental health. Last semester, it was very hard for me, and I was depressed. I don't want to say I was depressed, but I kind of thought I was, and I didn't want to. I knew exactly how to get myself out of it without getting too far into it, because I've been depressed multiple times.
I'm very aware.
I'm more aware of it now that I'm older. When I was younger, I wasn't, just because of how I grew up, but now that I'm kind of more aware of it and certain people have kind of pointed things out, I'm definitely more aware of my personal mental health.
I'm extremely aware of my mental health, because I don't know, I don't have conversations with myself, but I talk to myself kind of and go back and forth about the things that I could be doing better at. And I do a lot of self-reflection and checking of my emotions to try to keep my mental health at a good space.
I'm aware. I don't really know much though.
Are you aware or familiar with the assistance that you can get on campus for mental health?
I know there's CAPS, but that's all I really know. I don't really know a lot of other places, except you can go to Friends, and that's about it.
Yeah, I heard about stuff I can get, services and stuff.
Yeah, I know CAPS, I think that's what it's called, is a good place for close to free or cheap mental health psychologists and things like that, yeah.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Not really.
No.
You don't have to say any names, but do you know anyone struggling with their mental health on this campus or any other campus?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I do. And I always try to be there for them, but sometimes it's hard and they just have to go through it themselves and work themselves out of it.
Yeah, I had a few friends on campus. I had one friend who actually had to take a year off, and she came back. She had mental health issues and eating disorder issues that kind of made her have to take a break and things like that. And then I personally had mental health issues when I was an undergrad. But yeah, I've had a few people who have had some pretty serious mental health issues.
Not really, or not that I know about. Kind of, but not to the degree where I'd be go get help. It's kind of just I have suspicions, but I'm not really sure.
Not really.
But your coping mechanisms now, do you utilize the campus resources?
I don't use CAPS. I'm still on my mother's health insurance, so I have my own I go to the therapist through there, so I talk to them.
Do you think that our school puts in adequate or enough help to aid students who may struggle with their mental health?
I don't think so. I think they just kind of put help out there so they can stay safe from people higher up than the university.
I think they do, I think the school could provide better help.
No, I don't think so. I think the school is kind of inconsiderate about people that have like mental health issues.
I don't think the school like really cares about your mental health as much as they say they do.
I think they could do a little bit more, to be honest. I feel like they could like kind of make it more accessible and like places people actually go.
But I think they believe that they provide as much help as they have to in order to be like, yes, we do it. But I think the fact that not everyone on campus knows about CAPS is an issue itself. And then the fact that not everyone knows where CAPS is, how to access CAPS. I feel like the knowledge of CAPS and the access to CAPS, even though it's present, isn't necessarily like as broad and aware as it should be for the stress that I know everyone goes through and other mental health situations that go throughout the campus. So.
Do you think that there is more that school officials and our administrators could do to help?
Yeah, I do. But I mean, I feel like they're really not going to do anything about it, but I really think they could do more. At least put more out there for us.
Yeah, I think there should be more professionals in CAPS. I feel like there's a need for that. Not just psychologists, but more psychiatrists. Because some people not only need someone to speak to, but they need something to medically help them as well, which is a stigma on its own, but it's still something that we need help with. And I think more professors and people need to be just more honest and open about like, you guys should go and talk to people.
I do think so. I think it's more they can do.
And if so, do you have anything that you would personally suggest?
Not really, other than the having it so more people know. Like, I was a resident advisor, and so we personally, when I was in resident advisor, we told our students, we were supposed to tell our students about it, but I don't think everyone did, and I feel like that's something that should be done more consistently. Because I feel like getting that stigma to a point where it's not there anymore will make more people go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they could do more, but I don't know what they could do. How much can you tell someone to work on their mental health? Like, I guess they could maybe have like a town hall of sorts about mental health, and then people come if they want to speak on it. And actually, that's a good idea. And then people could come and tell the campus what they wish they could see from them in regards to mental health, because it's not like a problem that you can just give a solution to without knowing your students and knowing the campus and how they would react to something like that.
I think they should like not reach out to the students more, but like be more understanding of like student situations and like when it comes to like academic workloads.
Would you be comfortable if your professor confronted you about your mental health struggles in order to help you better succeed in their class? And do you think this would be beneficial?
I would feel comfortable with it.
I wouldn't mind. I feel like it would be very beneficial. I'm a person that doesn't really care about like other people knowing about my mental health, if that makes sense. But I know some people that wouldn't, and they wouldn't want people to know that they were struggling.
Yes and no. It depends on the professor.
Okay.
So I had in my Spanish minor, I had a few professors that I knew by first name basis. So if they came to me and said things like that, I'd be totally comfortable with. But there's other professors that I would not be comfortable if they came to
that
me.
makes sense.
I feel like they should ask everyone. Specifically targeted questions could feel a little awkward.
Or like if they pulled you aside.
I'm the type of person, I don't care. You can talk to me about anything. I don't care what the political or social norms are. I'm the type of person you can talk to me about anything. But I don't care.
I think I would, and I do think it would be beneficial because some people might just like need that confrontation.
Do you think that there is even enough for mental health awareness on campus?
No.
I think it depends on the department and the area in which you are. I think some departments they're a little bit more open about it, but I think in the STEM departments, we don't address it as much as we need to. So I think we need to be better at that for sure, because you're gonna deal with that stuff and you're not necessarily prepared to deal with the issues if you're never given the tools ahead of time.
Not really, no.
Nah, there could be more, I guess, or make it more obvious. I feel like this campus might be doing a lot in regards to mental health, but I don't really know what it is. I haven't heard of it. I mean, I rarely hear about it on campus.
Okay.
Just to be blatantly honest, but I don't necessarily hear about it a lot. Not to say that they're not doing a lot, but it's just, yeah, just keeping it real.
So do you feel that there is a lack of mental health awareness on campus?
Yeah, I do. I really do.
There's a lack of awareness. I wouldn't say of substance or like programs, but awareness, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel that school officials and or administrators don't care enough or realize how mental health can affect your education?
I definitely do. I definitely think a lot of professors are just more like, get your work done. They don't really care about how much work they put on you and how it affects like students and stuff, but I don't think they really care. I mean, I think there's some professors that care, but some that just don't care and they're just like, get the grade and that's about it.
I think it depends on the professors or administrators. I think some professors, they really do care about their students. But then I think other professors, I don't want to say they don't care. To us as students, it just doesn't seem like they don't care.
Yeah.
And then in the fact that it almost is like they don't care because they're not really advocating for us as students and things like that. So I think, yes, some professors are very big on like, you need to make sure you're okay. You need to tell me particularly that you're okay. But then in some administrators, they know how important your mental health is in relation to your grade and your work and your understanding of the projects and things. Whereas like other people are like, no, just don't think about that. Just think about your work.
Shoot, I think they might be aware and they just don't care. They're like, you either handle it or you failed a class. I don't really see a lot of people who empathize with the students and their mental health and their struggles in class per se. I think they're kind of just like, this is your workload, get it done, and then whatever you have to do to make that happen, make it happen.
I don't think that it's that they don't care, but I feel like it's not like at the top of their priority list.
Do you think that mental health has an impact on your education and success in college?
I think it does, definitely.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I was depressed and so it made me not want to go to like class or like I had no motivation to do anything. So I definitely feel like it can affect you. But like I heard of students that were like had different like mental illnesses and they were just fine. But I mean, for me personally, it did affect me and my grades. So
I'm gonna answer this in a weird way. Yes, but no, because I have anxiety and very hyper focused OCD and ADHD. So a lot of the times I kind of utilize that in a way where I could just get hyper focused on a project and I try my best to just use that and I just get really focused on my work.
Okay.
But then I noticed that it doesn't affect my schoolwork or research, but it affects my physical health.
Okay.
So I'll like just won't sleep or I won't eat or things like that because I'm like just I'm just focused on work, focus on work. So yes, it affects me because after a certain point, I physically just can't do anything. And so then I can't actually do work.
Yeah, for sure. Because if someone depressed the whole time, they ain't gonna be able to get their work done, or they don't really enjoy their experience at college, so they're not gonna be able to get help and talk to people. Because I feel like that's when you really succeed.
Mental health has an impact on your entire life, so I'd say obviously.
After interviewing students, I came to the conclusion that mental health has an impact on education and success in college and that there is a lack of awareness around our campus and on many other campuses.